it kind of goes on my next point, where I
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about the attrition rates. Because when you told me about the attrition rates that you guys have in this industry, I had no idea it was so high. And so, like, I'd love for you to share with the audience about this, because I'd love for you to also share how you manage it, because it's a really high attrition rate.
300%, Carly. 300%. I
Big.
have a couple different ways that I look at it. There's natural and forced attrition. Natural attrition is if you leave because your girlfriend works at Amazon, you have a better schedule, it's closer to your home, and things like that. There's opportunities. I'm
Yeah.
not the only call center in Costa Rica. Forced attrition is if you get stoned at lunch, you don't come to work and make your calls, and then have to get rid of you.
You're
As
out.
much as you're a cool kid, right?
You're
Not
not
that
cool
cool.
enough. Yeah.
No, you're not cool enough. Too cool for school.
Uh,
But in the beginning, it was hard for me for multiple reasons. You put 2 weeks into somebody. Usually it happens on a 2 week basis. They get
mhm.
their pay and then they leave either the 15th or the 30th, or they start missing work a couple days. You're like, man, they're on interviews. But the 1 to 2 weeks you put into them, you start bonding, breaking bread, you're smiling, the kid balances the bike and ride. You're like, yeah. Next thing you know, he leaves. You're like, the worst part is calling the client, go, yo, Carly, Tommy just quit.
Mhm.
They're like, what happened? I go, I don't know. Usually I got
Mhm.
blamed. Of course, the buck stops with me, but then I'd say, Carly, you know perfectly well, I never made the kid cry. And I
Yeah.
never gave him the walk of shame. I never defaced him on the floor. So don't start saying that Richard was the hard boss. And no, no, we spoke every day. You were in the meeting, so you know
Yeah.
how I am. And so I have to explain that the kid's 24 years old. He lives at home, parties constantly, and his English is excellent. He went to private school. I mean, he can get hired anywhere. And that's what happens. And so the way I made peace with myself was not having a heavy heart, knowing that I'm not going to beg,
Yeah.
but I definitely did what I could as a boss
Yeah.
to bring them in, to encourage them. And if Carly, it was just those weeks that they were with me, if I
Mhm.
had done something to increase your skills, as much as it hurt me with the client and I got to find someone to know, we're not going there. But if your time with me changed you
Yeah.
in a positive way, then I still saw the positive in that. But I tell you what, about 10% of the people actually knocked on my door and said, yo, Carly, I just got to let you know, I got to leave. I got this opportunity, or I'm going to the States, or something came up. But thank you. It was wonderful working with you.
Mhm.
And I think that's very professional. And I got that 1 out of 10 times. And I tell you what, the people that used to come see me were like the kids that I barely even knew. It's the ones that were with me for 5, 10, 15 years
Mhm.
that couldn't come speak to me at the end after all of that time. And so I realized that you can't shake someone's hand or look them in the eye, then it's not me. That's
Yeah.
you. And so but I'm cool with that. You know what's fair in love and war? And all these agents go to all the different centers. The one thing I just don't like is I don't want coming into
Mm.
my center somebody and then bringing 5 people out.
Yeah.
That's not right.
That's tricky. Yeah. I can
But it
imagine it's
happens
tricky.